What's up, folks? Welcome to Nino's Corner. Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
The
Back
Puerto Rican from
again.
Brooklyn. Hello, everyone.
RosAngel Perez is here. And folks, we're going to be talking about some, how do you say, bochinche?
Bochinche gossip.
Bochinche, gossip. But I like to tie it into with everything that's going on in the world. There's a lot of people that are nervous. There's a lot of people that are picking their lanes right now for what's coming. We all know what's coming in November, and people are literally drawing a line in the sand, which we saw Eminem do. When did he do that exactly? He did that. He said he
He
drew a
did a
line.
freestyle rap for the BET Awards, and he drew a line in the sand against Donald Trump and pretty much all of his supporters. So isn't it interesting that we hear back from him? It's
Election time.
time perfect to a album release. That he's sort of like the focus of it is the death of his alter ego,
Which
right?
is
And
Slim
we've
Shady, which is he's
yes,
the death of Slim Shady.
yes, mm-hmm. And
So, but
not
he's
too long
also
ago we
got beef.
saw
He's got beef with quite a few people. This is what's confusing. He's got beef with P Diddy now. Everyone's turning on P Diddy. So P Diddy, he's turning on. He's definitely got beef with Cassie, correct?
no, he doesn't have well he's highlighting. I guess he's coming out in defense of Cassie.
Okay, in
What
defense of Cassie.
Yeah, what commentators are saying is that he kind of, well, I heard a whole bunch of different reactions in favor and against him, and some of his big fans are like, oh my god, this is like such a big album. It's 19 songs. He released, I think Slim Shady came out in 1999, and he's 19 songs, so this 1 and a 9 stick out for me a lot here. I believe this is his 12th album. He's encouraging fans to listen to the album straight through, and that
But
it's a
but
concept
this is
album.
right coming into the November cycle. Perfect
Mm-hmm.
timing. Perfect timing. So he's putting hits out on people in this album, right? He's like, that's what he's
He
doing. He's
went
even going
after
against
everyone.
Candace Owens.
Yeah,
Now I
yes,
gotta tell you, I feel really bad for Candace. She's taking a lot of slings and arrows and bullets from everybody. Candace, don't worry, I got your back. I suggest you come on my show so you can help me get a little bigger, and I'll help you out.
I would
Nobody
love
wants
to
to
see
go against
Candace
the
on your
Nino.
show.
What's that?
Yeah, definitely
I'll
Candace
get her on
on
her.
the
I'll get
Nino
her on
show.
the
That'd be
show.
awesome to watch.
Yeah, and then just hey, I'll take some shots. Trust me, I'm used to taking a lot of shots. So yeah, so Eminem to me is an interesting character because I don't think he understands. I mean, he's talking about Candace Owen, forgetting that she's black, but I don't think Eminem knows he's white. So this is interesting. I mean, this guy basically just targets people, goes after him, and he is a lyrical genius. He is a masterful rapper. I'm not going to take that away from him. He is. He's I can hardly put two sentences together, but that's from boxing.
Yeah, I think that's kind of there's so many things that are crashing into themselves right at the present moment, and everybody's having a fight.
Yeah.
And there's a big democratic machine fight, and also a celebrity fight, and also within the container of the democratic machine, because Eminem has come out in favor of the Democrats. And how can we forget Diddy, vote or die? He's had
Yeah. Yeah.
very close connections to the democratic machine.
Here's what's weird though, is that it's kind of a mess right now. There's a lot of infighting. There's a lot of infighting happening. He's going after Diddy. He's going after Candace. It's almost like he's the white boy that they're using because all the backlash is coming right now down on the black entertainment industry. He's going to be the white, kind of like torpedo or heat-seeking missile that they're going to send after people, is what I think. And that's just how I see it. I don't know if people agree with me, but Eminem is like a strategic missile that they launch on their enemies.
Interesting that you say that, especially someone who, when he came out and when he birthed his alter ego in 1999, everybody was just, they didn't know where to put him, what to make of him. His lyrics were very scandalous. They pushed boundaries, and now he's sort of done a flip where he's kind of sort of wanting to distance himself from that character and wanting to paint an present moment image of himself, or that's more sensitive to the plight of other human beings that are facing different experiences.
So what I'm confused about is, because I've always said that these guys are going to be, their assets are going to be deployed. And we're coming into the last stretch here, though, the last big sprint until November, right? And you know the entertainment industry is going to get very involved. We know we're going to see a replacement of Biden. All these things are looming. So they're all kind of picking their lanes right now. And for him here to be going after, so it seems to me like he's going to the rescue of Cassie here, but at the same time, he's attacking Candace. So I think there's strategy to this. That's just how my mind works. You know, that's just the way my mind works. So you see Torch's Diddy on new Shady album refers to Cassie attack, but so he's like sticking up for women here, but he's going to go after Owen. I mean, they're very smart the way they do this. Eminem made sure to shame Diddy on his new album, Death of Slim Shady, 𝗬𝗃𝗃𝗃. He brings up Diddy's sexual assault allegations on multiple tracks. On Friday, M made good on his promise to push boundaries with his 12th album on the song Antichrist, which mockingly paints himself as the world's bad guy. So we'll play just a little bit of that if this is all right with you.
Yeah.
He's the Antichrist. He was licensed. The devil came to Michigan. Oh shit.
Fucking PC, please. Fuck. Gen Z, here they come now. About to unload rounds. Pronouns got me like, whoa now. Homie, let's slow down. No need to.
So this is his new track.
Mm-hmm.
Get so wow, ready to throw down. If I mispronounce, whoops, sorry. Oh wow, got heterosexuals cramming them down our throats now. Like I'm getting snowplow, my humor's too low brow.
Yes, it is no doubt. You about to get grossed out. But fuck it though, somebody needs to come and hit the reset button.
I'm not gonna lie, I like the dude's music. You know, it's kind of
Hey,
a weird
I was
thing,
a huge
man.
fan of him too.
It's a love-hate relationship, man. Like I don't like his political views, obviously, and I understand the war we are in spiritually, but to me, he's one of them, if you know what I mean.
I mean, there are many talented and not so talented human beings in the industry. Eminem has natural talent. You can never deny that. And he is so famous, and maybe the newer generation doesn't appreciate him. But when he came out, those days, he took the industry by storm in a sense, and he did push the boundaries. So there's a lot of wordplay here, a lot of layers, as some of the commentators have said. And I don't know, let's see where it goes. But again, the timing of this release is everything right now.
So Eminem slays his alter ego, and folks, give RosAngel props. She puts this together for me. Without her, I could not do this. And should I click on this one here, RosAngel?
I believe if you want to, or if you want to see some videos, because that's the USA Today.
On new The Death of Slim Shady album, Eminem slays his alter ego, which is Slim Shady, but he is no match for Sancho. Let me see here. Eminem has a few things to get off his chest, namely the anchor known as Slim Shady, his alter ego birthed in 1999's Slim Shady LP. Do you know I saw him on the MTV cruise back in the day when this song first hit? Yeah, it was. I mean, like I was on the cruise, and it was a nightmare, to be honest with you. And his cartoonish lead single, "My Name Is," that song was huge back in the day, huge. So he's re-emerging right on time, RosAngel.
Yeah, if you want to play the video where there's a reaction to and an update to what Candace responds, it's another I don't know. I
This
have
one
to
here?
say that yes, and I want to say to everyone who's listening, these are things that we are looking into. Everything is like a commentary. These are opinions, insights for entertainment purposes only. But this 𝗏𝗏 is getting hot. I don't necessarily know if I agree with everything that Candace said in this video, and maybe it's because there's a big part of me that appreciates the artist, not the politician person here of Eminem.
No, I had doubts about Candace a long time ago. I was like, any conservative podcaster that doesn't you have a backbone and put their balls on the line, I was just like dismissing them. But she has now like really flipped a switch and she's going all in. I totally respect that woman now. Like, wow, she has guts. She's going all in. And I think they all find her as a threat, especially because she's a black woman. So, a black woman taking Trump's side, and she's very articulate. She's very smart. She's a
She does
threat.
it with
She's a
class
massive
and
threat.
receipts.
Yeah. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
she
ahead and play
doesn't back
this.
down. Mhm.
Is this the diss track right here for Candace?
No, it's the one. It's this right here is a reaction video that mentions more about Eminem's album. And so we kind of talked about it. If you want to go into the Candace, I think it's the link below this one that
Well,
I
let's
sent.
play this a little bit.
Okay.
Right now, Eminem has just sent shockwaves through the entire hip-hop world like only few other rappers have been able to recently, and of course this is because he has finally released his 12th studio album, The Death of Slim Shady, which is not just any ordinary record of his, but this is an LP that has been designed to send off his iconic alter ego Slim Shady in a manner like nothing else we have ever seen before, and with M's first album in over 4 years, already based on its initial impact. From Eminem's biggest fans to his most outspoken haters, everybody is talking about this project because throughout almost every single track on this record, Eminem is doing something that even for his standards,
Gosh, look at him there, man. He looks like Botox and dyed beard, and well, he's still using the dye. I mean, damn, boy. How old is Eminem now? Like 50?
51, I think.
Wow, man. And he's still doing it. Got to give him props on that.
is absolutely insane. And while in the past, with pretty much every album he has released for one reason or another, M has gotten into some sort of controversy. Unlike his other recent projects here, this isn't happening because Marshall Mathers is being criticized for being out of touch, or for releasing music that is nowhere near the bar he used to hit, but instead, it's because Eminem is once again playing his iconic Slim Shady character in a capacity that we have not seen in over 20 years, and as Eminem revisits the persona that didn't just blow him up into hip-hop superstardom, but that also made him one of the most controversial people on the planet.
They're totally using this guy just like Taylor Swift, in my opinion. I mean, they're totally deploying him as an asset. This is a strategized heat-seeking missile for the youth, and maybe not the teeny boppers. Like, that's Taylor Swift's job. But I think this guy's going after the 20-something-year-olds, 30-year-olds, even some of the 40-year-olds that are kind of on the fence. He's going to be taking them down. Don't you think?
It depends, because some people have lost or don't feel a connection with Eminem because he's sort of been out of the limelight for so long. So this album release, I guess its impact remains to be seen. But if you're a fan, you're a fan. And if you're someone like some of the people in the conservative movement, they're looking at him like, okay, he's part of the Democratic machine, released again like he was in 2017 during the BET Awards. They're all connected. It's so obvious that I think people are getting sick of it.
Yeah, people don't understand that there's been a huge paradigm shift. The times have changed. Human consciousness has changed. This doesn't work anymore on the people that are awake. People look at this guy like he's old hat.
Planet for a period of time in the late 90s and early 2000s. I mean, we were bound to be on this crash course where the world is once again facing one of the most polarizing musical figures of the 21st century, but even after expecting the return of Shady and seeing just how much M was getting back into character on a single like Houdini, I don't think anybody was prepared to hear just how far he was going to take things on this project, Because from designing an entire concept album to really flesh out what he is trying to tell us, to the array of insane punchlines and name drops on this album, which people are already taking out of context and going crazy about. This is without a doubt one of the most loaded albums Eminem has given us content-wise.
So this album, he's going after all his nemesis, his enemies, right? That's what he's doing. He's calling people out.
And some people,
To me, he's being activated.
yeah, I mean, if you hear what Candace says, I mean, there's no one who could say better than her in her own words.
Yeah.
So
Is
one of
this-
the
Are
tracks,
these the words right here?
one of the tracks has, a few of tracks mention Candace, but this is a track called Lucifer.
Wow.
And he
The
refers
track-
to
but
Candace
he's
as a
calling
grand
Candace
wizard.
Lucifer?
Well, he refers to her as a grand wizard.
Oh, geez. And Candace, so I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact bitch forgot she was black back at her. Does this guy not know he's white? Seriously. I'm asking you, does he not understand what color he is? I mean, I'm just saying. I don't mean, who are you to insult somebody like this when you're, laugh at her like them crackers she'd be backing after. Her back is turned in a cute MAGA hat with a brand new White Lives Matter shirt. She did that with Kanye, didn't she?
Yes.
Or
And
save. Go ahead.
That you mentioned is an interesting strategy that people are really sick and tired about. And I'm going to say it as a Latina, we do not like white liberals trying to check us on our politics.
Boy, I can agree with that. Or save this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt. Wow, just open the biggest worms on the planet Earth. Call her Grand Wizard Clan, Grand Dragon. Like the national anthem, I won't stand for this chant. Why? But I can't diss her because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chance if I answer back to whatever. Whatever, guy.
Eminem just dropped a wildly inappropriate diss track about Candace Owens in his new album that came out yesterday, and Candace Owens is absolutely disgusted by what he said about her. So we're going to be taking a look at her reaction to what he said about her and how she absolutely destroys him in this response video. So let's go ahead and check this out. He very, very obviously is not a fan of Candace Owens whatsoever.
And Candace O, I ain't mad at her. I ain't gonna throw the fact 𝗵𝗍𝗍 forgot she was black at her. Oh, laugh at her like them crackers she's backing after her back is turned in a cute MAGA hat with her brand new White Lives Matter shirt. Haha, nope. Or say this MAGA dirtbag in a skirt just opened the biggest can of worms on the whole planet Earth. Call her Grand Wizard, yeah, Candace, haha, or Grand Dragon, or like the national anthem, I won't stand for the tramp. Why? But I can diss her, because my plans are to get in her pants, and I'll blow my chance if I answer back to her. Oh, but I can't.
Wow. Okay, so there's a lot there. Total disrespect to Candace. And the thing I love about Candace Owens is I think she shines a beautiful light on black people because she is so talented and so eloquent, intelligent. She breaks all stereotypes to me. She is a threat to the people that control this industry.
Yeah, and she's fearless. And there aren't many people who, like her, who are willing to put their reputation, their integrity, their job on the line to stay in their integrity. I mean, look, people criticized her when she went with the Daily Wire, but at the same time, when you're trying to grow and expand and reach other audiences, you may want to collaborate with other people, especially if you think that they may have the interest of free speech in their hands. And look, how many relationships, work relationships don't work out? That didn't work out. Not the end of the world. What is amazing is just what she did, how she did it. She stood in her square organically, authentically. And look, I have so much respect for this woman.
Yeah,
and
you know,
I
I
hope
see
that
her
she
being
continues
as,
to be blessed in her path.
I think she's elevating the black community. I mean, leaps and bounds. I think that's what she's doing. She's like the modern day Rosa Parks, in my opinion. And the fact that she's taking that these mainstream artists are going after her means she's doing something right. Especially when you got a cracker like Eminem going after her. Let's listen to some more.
Can't diss her because his plans are to get in my pants. Ew, you disgust me. Okay, a lot going on here. I think first and foremost, I just would like to again remind people that he is in fact a struggling internally gay man, and so there's a lot happening.
Whoa, did she just say that?
Yes, she did.
Wow, she's going all in.
With Eminem, and we should pray for him. On the second point,
That's maybe I'm just missing it, but what is she like basing this like weird retort on? Like, is there something that she's actually basing that on, or is she just like saying that because she thinks that that's like some sort of own on Eminem? I don't know. I genuinely do not know.
the way that we know that is because he's actually recycling things that black women have said about me on the internet. Like, he's pretending this is original, calling me Candace. It's not. This is like,
This is very true. She is called.
Isn't she married to a white man?
Mm-hmm.
Why did she pick a Mexican? Mexican lives matter. 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏.
That all the time by leftist weirdos. I don't take a lot of this super seriously, what Eminem does here, because this is just what rappers do. They drop diss tracks on people all the time. It's nothing that I take super seriously.
by the way, there's a second song he also dropped. This one's called Bad One, and the lyrics are this about me. Yeah, this whole subgenre with all these corny white rappers, I'm not a fan of it. It ain't my fault, but like sock puppets, I had a hand in it. This $1,000 in my hand is just like what Candace did when she turned her back on her own race, because I have abandoned it.
Dude, I'm being serious here. Does this guy not understand that he's a white guy being used as a sock puppet for the black entertainment industry? Seriously.
He may not. The thing is, depending on, the little bubble that you may find yourselves in, I know of plenty of bubbles that do not like Miss Candace Owens. They think that she doesn't represent the black community in the best way, and to each his own, right?
Everyone has their own perspectives, no doubt. I think she does. I think she's highly intelligent, and I think, what is this right here? Hidden meaning behind 𝗬𝗏𝗏 music video. Let's watch it.
Eminem didn't even want to wait for the dust to settle from the Kendrick-Drake beef to come back with a video for his new song, 𝗬𝗏𝗏, named after the escape artist who first got famous for going around Europe challenging police forces to keep him locked up. 𝗬𝗏𝗏 died at age 52 in Detroit, and Em is turning 52 this year and is one of Detroit's most famous rappers. And more than a decade later, he's bringing back his 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏 character, who's notorious for pushing the boundaries of what you can and can't say, in an era where people could get canceled for a lot less, challenging people to lock him up, or in this case cancel him, just like 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏. He teased the song on Twitter with a FaceTime with magician David Blaine, promising that 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏's return in this era has the potential to make his whole career disappear.
Well, for my last trick, I'm gonna make my career disappear.
And throughout the video, he recreates characters and scenes from his video for Without Me, where he goes on a mission to save a kid from listening to his music, and also makes this claim that the genre wouldn't be the same without the controversy he creates. And he also references his video for The Real 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, a song that highlights his influence and
I just, I see this. I don't know what you think, RosAngel, and I don't know what my audience thinks, but this is I've said this in many of my shows. They are going to be activated right around this time. And I think that is exactly what we're seeing right here.
And then there's that interesting connection, right? Not that we're going to explore here, but between Eminem and 50, and then 50 doesn't like Diddy at all. So
right, but is 50 Cent and Eminem friends? I mean,
yes,
it looks like
that it seems like they are, yes.
But they obviously have political differences. I mean, it seems that way to me. It seems like 50 is a Trump supporter. I don't know for sure. Allegedly, I mean, that's me assuming. Okay, I don't know. But has 50 come out and said who he backs or he doesn't? I could have swore I thought he said he backs Mr. T, but I may be wrong.
No, not that we know of. I think that would be all over the place. People were hoping that he did because he went
But he
and
goes against the Democrats so hard.
yes, and he has made Republican leaning statements.
Yeah. Now this one here, just I guess this is AI though, right?
Okay, so the Eminem part is an excerpt, I guess, of the clips that the without music rap thing that he did in 2017 against Trump. So the independent artist 𝗫𝗏𝗏 took an AI version of Trump. He's very great as a artist, and he's really great as a lyricist. And in my way, I think that in a sense he'd be the great competition to Eminem. So I wanted to show this to the audience because I also love to tip my hat to independent artists, even though I don't know how I feel about how all this use of AI.
Whatever happened to that Machine Gun Kelly? I mean, he came out and dissed Eminem pretty hard, and then he just floated away. He just disappeared. Remember that when he came out and he really laid it down on Eminem? Like that guy, he made his career off. He, in my opinion, that was just as good as any of Eminem's music.
Except when it comes to having the balls to go against me, you hide them. But we hate Trump!
Dear M, you used to be cool, but now you're soft.
That's an awfully hot coffee pot. Should I drop it on Donald Trump? Probably not, but that's all I got till I come up with a solid. But we better give Obama props, cause what we got in office now's a kamikaze that'll probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And while the
yeah, and where are we at right now? Where are we at right now with Biden? See, these people are projecting and gaslighting and doing all they can to put that on Mr. T when that's happening right now. It's happening right now. And this is what I can't stand. And this is what evil does. This is exactly what evil does.
drama pops and he waits for shit to quiet down, he'll just gas his plane up and fly around till the bombing stops. Intensity's heightened, tensions are rising. Trump, when it comes to giving a shit, you're stingy as I am. Except when it comes to having the balls to go against me, you hide them. Cause you don't got the nuts. Like
dude, I do. Please bring it on. Please. All right. I can't stand this. You know, he just took a left turn and went off into La La Land, man. That guy's just. So let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's get to some 𝗀𝗏𝗃 Combs hires top New York City defense lawyer Mark Agnifilo. I don't know how to say that last name, to fight possible federal sex traffic charges. What's the scoop here, RosAngel?
This is the latest bouts. So the latest scoop is that they are anticipating an indictment, and he's lawyered up.
But it's like everyone's going after him. You know, everyone's, oh no, not another one of these.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I guess we won't be able to read that one. Okay.
It's back.
All right. So we can go to the next, to the one after that.
Right here?
Yeah.
Boom.
More disturbing allegations involving 𝗀𝗏𝗃 Combs.
A former adult film actress says she worked for Combs over a 5-year period, and in a lawsuit filed Wednesday, she accuses him of sex trafficking and sexual assault.
Anchor Alexa Liacco tracking all the latest developments here. What do we know from this lawsuit?
Well, this latest lawsuit was filed by adult film star Adria English, and it was filed in just the last 24 hours.
Hold on. An adult film star?
Yes.
I mean, that's her business. What is she talking? What is she filing? See, this is what gets me. She's an adult film star she's going for the money. Okay. See, I can already see through this. It comes, you can see this coming a mile away. She's first of all, an adult film star, RosAngel.
Well, I think initially, maybe in the present moment she is. I don't know her bochincha for the present moment, but back then, apparently she used to dance at the white parties. And one of the things that she's alleging is that she was groomed by Diddy into having sex with other people, men, and that
she was there. Boyfriend, she was at the white party. She knows where she was at. I was in a dark alley. I got knifed in the throat. I knew where I was at. It happened. I don't blame anybody but myself. Do you get what I'm saying here?
For hours and alleged that she was forced to drink alcohol and consume drugs and then was
Forced? You mean they were pouring it down your throat? They had a gun to your head?
quote, passed off to be sexually assaulted. According to this lawsuit, it's 114 pages long. English says she worked for Combs from 2004 to 2009. She accused the rapper of sexual assault, sexual harassment, and sex trafficking, saying specifically she was forced to work at, quote, white parties in New York and Florida, where she alleges that she was demanded to engage in sexual intercourse with the guests, saying that refusing Combs's demands was not an option. English accuses Combs of threatening to blackball her from the
Threatening to blackball her from what? The industry?
Yes, and not only her, but also her boyfriend.
Her boyfriend was there with her?
Yes.
entertainment industry, along with her then boyfriend, if she did not engage in sex work at those parties. In 2009, English said she moved away to California, saying it was her, quote, only option to escape Combs. Combs' lawyer, Jonathan Davis, released a statement to the LA Times saying in part, quote, no matter how many lawsuits are filed, it won't change the fact that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted or sex trafficked anyone. We live in a world where anyone can file a lawsuit for any reason and without any proof.
I agree with that. I agree with that. I think this is a weaponized movement, but you know, that's my opinion. What's your thoughts on that, RosAngel? I mean, I understand when, you know, look, I mean, you can have sex with a woman, and if you don't call her the next day, she could throw a lawsuit on you 10 years later. I mean, really. And it's your word against hers. Do you see what I'm saying here? It's scary.
It's gotten, well, sex has gotten weaponized in many
that would be
ways.
exactly what the devil wanted.
And I have to say, when the Me Too movement
Be careful
was
with this.
first, can you hear me?
Yeah, I said be careful when you talk about this.
Oh, okay.
This
Was
fluff.
first in its height. I remember back in the industry, and one of the things that perplexed me about when all of the stuff started pouring out into the media and all of the allegations, I was always perplexed, and I always wondered about where the women were. The ones
It's
that
like,
were also guilty of not being so angelic within the industry and everything that comes about it.
look, if you wanted power and you wanted to be in a role, everyone knew Harvey Weinstein was a guy to go to. Okay. And if you're a woman and you've heard the rumors and the allegations and you wanted a role in a certain film and you're going up to his room, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. You know what you're getting into. You know what you're about to do. I just hate people playing victim. You know, I don't do it. You know, I just did a session with Dr. Drew publicly. And I think what he finds interesting about me is that I don't play victim. I don't play victim about my prior alcoholism and drug abuse and all that. I knew what I was doing, and whatever consequences happened from that, well, it's because that was a symptom of the disease. I was all in. I was drinking. I was doing what I wanted, and I knew whatever bad things that happened to me, even though I hated getting thrown in jail, I beat up people, I got knifed in the throat. That's all because I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing, and it's my fault. Make sense?
Yeah, I will say, you know, being a woman coming and being a part of this industry from the television side, that there are many things women do get away with. There are many things that society as a whole hasn't really held the woman accountable for. And then there are many layers to how women don't necessarily talk to each other or as youngins. Like there's not like big sister, little sister looking out like, hey, when you're walking down the street, or hey, if you're having a first date, hey, if somebody invites you to the hotel to drink, hey, if you ever meet a celebrity. I don't think these conversations are happening naturally. And then many women have been raised to be nice girls. They go out into environments, they may not be prepared. They think that people will behave with good intentions. Next thing you know, something has been slipped in the drink. This latest allegation, this latest lawsuit, I don't know.
I'm not dismissing that. I'm not dismissing that. That's absolutely you're right on that. I do agree with that. some of these women, I remember when I was in LA, a lot of women that were like the high school valedictorian or the high school prom queen or whatever would go to LA and think that everyone's going to wait on them hand and foot. They go out to a party, and the next thing you know, it's like where everyone that comes from a small town that were like the shit in their small town go to LA and think they're going to be the shit there, and then they're sheep among wolves, right? And they get taken advantage of. So that I did see that. I did see that a lot. And there's always a new, and the guys would say it in LA all the time. There's always a new crop coming in every week. And that's why a lot of men would go to LA to prey on these women.
It's been almost 2 decades since former adult film star Adria English was first invited to work as a go-go dancer at Sean Diddy Combs' annual star-studded White Party. But she says that was just the beginning of 5 years of grooming by the rap star that eventually led to sex trafficking. She claims Combs used threats against her career and her own safety to force her to have sex with his party guests. And a little over a week ago, English became the latest in a series of accusers to sue the rap producer. And when you throw in the release of a horrifying video of Combs purportedly beating his then-girlfriend Cassandra Ventura back in 2016, those federal raids of his LA...
So I see this guy going down like R. Kelly, don't you?
That is what people are smelling. And I also know some former NYPD who have been murmuring that Diddy's going down.
But who's he taking with him? Because he ain't going out. He ain't going down alone.
Well, I guess that's going to be a great question. And maybe this is partly why you are seeing so many people or celebrities trying to get ahead of certain stories.
Right. They're cooperating, huh? Now, this one surprised me. This is Busta Rhymes. I always thought this dude was like a man's man. He never struck me as being homosexual. I swear I never would have guessed it. I never would have guessed this guy that he preyed on men. I went to a Busta Rhymes concert, man. I met the dude. He was cool with me. Maybe he didn't find me attractive. I don't know. But look, let's check this out.
Made headlines after screaming a homophobic slur at a male.
Wanted him in his section so bad, like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope.
So when I walk across the street to the crowd, I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just hold it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up. Now all this happened in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
If Busta ever tried to film me, hit you with no delay, so what you saying, yo? Should have with that 9 milli, what the deal, yo? Yeah, I can hit better than him. He better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
So that kind of makes me wonder what flip mode even means. Flipping dudes out. I mean, I don't know what it means. Is that what it means?
Okay. I have heard murmurings in the industry about this. I don't know, like this video to me doesn't really seal the deal as a confirmation. But then the other piece that I would like to offer, but I really can't share too many details, is that the one time while I was working in music production, I was on a television shoot. And one of the people that were being interviewed was a very famous porn star. And when adult star. Sorry, adult star. So when you're in a setting like that, and we had different guests that were going to be interviewed, you have downtime. So I'm one of the few people in the room, and we strike up a conversation. And this was the first time that I had any indication that there was hip hop and an adult star connection. And one of the names that this person dropped was the gentleman in question right now, allegedly. Now look, mi gente, these are just bochinches we are hearing on the street. We're bringing it to you because here's what I'd like to say. And in this video, when you play it, you hear a clip from Wendy Williams. And one of the things that she mentions when she was, at the height of her career is that there was a lot of homosexuality in the hip hop industry. And maybe because of the times that we were living in, these artists who maybe were naturally gay, right? I'm not talking about anybody who might have been a part of something else that we are still here speculating, that maybe they didn't feel comfortable coming out because the hip hop persona is so gangster, so masculine.
That's what surprises me, RosAngel, is that I would have never guessed that these guys were so hard. I didn't know they were hard in another way with each other. But I'm just saying, like, these dudes were like hard, man. Like, but little did I know. I mean, if we ever, they would have lost all their fan base back in the day if people knew about this. But now it's all coming out, and it's like, I've seen videos of all of them together, and I'm like, there's not one single female there. You know, I would have never guessed this.
And something other people say within the industry who have been around certain folks is that, and some of the women have echoed this too. And I, as a woman who has also worked around Diddy and some of his security team, I can tell you that there were moments where I'm like, are these men even men? Because there seems to be a lack of gentlemanlike.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't even like
Busta Rhymes getting exposed as a super zest monster. And listen, those are his bodyguard's words, not mine.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
In some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster.
So, apparently, Busta Rhymes is going viral after a former bodyguard spilled the beans, claiming Busta made some seriously strange requests about young men in his VIP club section. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. See, Orlando Brown is out here alleging that Busta is one of the many DL rappers who turned him out. And now, on top of this, 50 Cent has also chimed in, throwing not-so-subtle hints about Busta's secret lifestyle. And now, on top of all that, a bunch of men are stepping into the spotlight, sharing their own stories about how Busta
Look at this dude. He's jacked, thick neck. I mean, the dude looks, I don't know, man. I'm way out of the loop.
Allegedly made inappropriate advances.
Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to say that we're not shaming anyone who's gay.
No, we're not.
And
Absolutely
that,
not.
you know,
We're
I
really
don't
not
care.
doing that.
I do not care about what Busta Rhymes does in what his preferences are. I think that when we cover these stories, it's good to keep in mind, like you said earlier, Nino, that had this come out earlier, if this is true with the other hip hop allegeds, that they would have lost a lot of fans because especially of what hip hop is built on. But we're in the present moment and people have more awakened ideas and we have more of an acceptance of who people are and how they are. We're just saying, you know, we're not okay with anybody who may have been tricked or hurt.
Right. And yeah, exactly. And targeted people or preyed upon people. This is in no way a shot against the gay community. I agree with you, RosAngel, 100%. There's no way are we doing that. I'm just kind of in disbelief here. Man, I just would have never guessed it, you know.
And tried to get them to party with him. But let's get real for a second. This isn't just about their orientation. It's about these DL men in the industry acting all tough in public while putting their hands on people. All because they're too scared to live their truth.
But if you notice, like, there's countless videos of Busta Rhymes getting mad at females for just being girls. Why are you getting mad at females? You go to these guys, they're in the club, go to their section. It's all men in the section.
It seems like everyone in the industry has been whispering about Busta's escapades for ages. But now it's all coming out into the open. But what exactly did Orlando Brown and 50 Cent...
He looks like a skinny 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝗁. Right? Am I right or wrong? I'm just calling it. Does he not look like 𝗀𝗃𝗁𝗁 anorexic?
Ay, Dios mío.
Reveal about Busta. Did Busta actually do something inappropriate to young men? Let's break it all
He looks like he's interested in that girl right there.
down.
This is why all of this bochinche is interesting.
Did you know that back in 2006, Busta Rhymes made headlines after screaming a homophobic slur at a male fan who approached him? According to the New York Post, the fan came up to Busta and tapped him on the shoulder to congratulate him on his recent comeback. But Busta went off on him and then turned to his bodyguard saying, "I hate effing F-word, man." And get this, When 𝗬𝗏 was asked back in 2007 about homophobia in the rap community, he said that because of what he represents culturally, he doesn't condone homosexuality whatsoever. When asked if the hip-hop culture would ever accept a gay rapper, Busta got up and left the interview. Fast forward to now, and it turns out that Busta Rhymes might be yet another rapper hiding his true identity while taking out his frustrations on others. But let's...
Gosh, it's just hard to believe. I guess it's not. I mean... Wow. Allegedly threatened to see 𝗵𝗶𝗶𝗶 dead in the trunk of a car. What's this, RosAngel? P. Diddy again.
P. Diddy again. Wanting to have his way. This is his old story of he wanting to have some sneak previews of what was going to get posted, any leaks. And when he didn't get his way, he'd get upset.
And then he just was just consumed with power, huh? He was just thought he could get away with anything. And
yeah, I mean, he must have been very well protected.
Yeah, well, they were so powerful. I mean, they just thought, see, the walls, the vice grips are closing in on them, and that's why they're so scared of Mr. T coming in office. They're trying to fight back the best way they know how, which they believe coming into November, they cannot let him in. So that's how I am presenting this.
Remember, he was behind that movement, Vote or Die.
Right. So what is this here? This is a Biggie, correct?
Explicit. Yes. This is an old school Biggie song. And we're going to just read some of the lyrics.
Okay, I'll play it.
The Commission, Uncle Paulie, P. Diddy, Caesar Leo, De Janeiro, Charlie Baltimore, Iceberg Slim, the most shady, Frankie Baby. We here.
Do you know what beef is? Do you know what beef is? Ask yourself. Do you know what beef is? Come on.
Ha 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 ha. Check out this bizarre rapper style used by me. The B.I.G. I put my key, you put your key in. Money we'll be seeing. We'll reach the fucking ceiling. Check it. My calico been cop. This rap Alfred Hitchcock drop top notch. Player hating gon' stop. This instant. Rappers too persistent. Quick to spit. Biggie name on shit. Make my name taste like ass when you speak it. See me in the street, your jewelry, you can keep it. That be our little secret. See me, B that is, I that is, G Wiz. Motherfucker still in my biz. I hope they know my nigga got to fucking kidnap kids.
What? Wow.
And do you see the rest? And
yeah, I'm not gonna let that play. I have my editor work on some of this, but what?
People can read it.
Blank him in the blank, throw him over the bridge. That's how it is. My shit is laid out. F that beef played out. I mean, everyone can just read this for themselves. All I make is one phone call. You all disappear by tomorrow. Your guns is borrowed. I don't feel sorrow. Actually, your man passed the gat to me. Not shit. This right here. Blank him in the ASS, throw him over the bridge. What? Kidnap kids? Everything I've said in my, the reason I hit where I got, where I'm at right now is because I did a viral video in 2020 talking about this stuff. I can't even believe Biggie, man. Wow, it says it all right here, folks. All right here. Here you go. I don't want to play any more of it because
Yeah, this is pretty scandalous. People are now going back and listening to the lyrics. How many times we listen to the song? I know I'm guilty of it. I don't even know what the heck I'm saying. I'm just like,
yeah, you're just reciting back the lyrics, and you're like, I had no idea it said any of this. Jeez.
Yeah. So that's the Diddy updates. He's up to, I believe, his 9th lawsuit. And we don't know if all of them are going to hold, but like I said, they expect an indictment coming. And the rest, the next 3 are Alec Baldwin.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about Alec Baldwin's case. It got thrown out, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Judge dismisses Rust case after prosecutorial misconduct. So he Baldwin weeps in court. So wait a minute. So he's free now, correct?
For now.
Special
You
prosecutor.
could play the video. I believe there's a little video by Court TV. See if it comes up.
Brawling stories from the heart of Hollywood straight to you.
Joining us right was full of fake news.
So, okay, here he is. Here's a picture of him weeping. I mean, it was a stage prop, correct?
Okay, so this bochinche is a little irritating. Well, it's not bochinche. What's happening with this trial is irritating. His case has been dismissed because of, I believe, the way the case was presented. There was a technicality issue with it, and that's why it's been dismissed. I don't know if they're going to retry his case again. But the lady who had supplied the gun that she didn't check because it's supposed to be a prop gun and handed it to him, she's been sentenced.
So if he didn't know, he didn't know. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't like Alec Baldwin, but if he didn't know, he didn't know, RosAngel. I mean, you can't.
Well, this is tricky, right?
But then he pointed at someone and didn't he like?
The thing is that when you're part of a
was
production, he was a top head in this production. So you should be knowing the ins and outs. And unfortunately, that's just the way life is, that the person on the top in charge of whatever is happening may experience some consequences, because he's also setting the parameters of how this production is moving. And apparently there were a lot of fights. Of course, those fights and whatever was happening leading up to this very unfortunate incident, you know, are two different things that shouldn't really weigh in so much. But some people think that this is not justice. I don't know.
There's a lot here. I don't know either. I mean, I heard he shot somebody that was very influential in releasing certain information. I don't know. Folks, you might want to look into that. Leave comments down below. What do you think? I always love doing these segments with you, RosAngel. I mean, they're very eye-opening, because I'm trying to open my audience to all sides here, not just politically, but I think the entertainment is a subcategory of all of this stuff. This is, to me, what's happening within the entertainment. They all mingle together. The politicians, the celebrities, all of them, they're all intertwined. This all comes together. That's why it's important to cover this stuff and the way I spin it on my channel. So I hope people can appreciate that, because we got to watch all fronts of the battlefield. And I think that's what we're doing. And you helped me do that, RosAngel. Folks, RosAngel was an MTV, but you were a producer for what, Cribs or?
Well, I worked at MTV News and Docs, and MTV News is officially dead as of I think a few weeks ago. But yeah, and I was also VH1, and I also did some time at BET Networks, and I did work with Diddy. I did produce. I was overseeing the project MTV Choose or Lose back in 2004, and Vote or Die was with P. Diddy. So I got to work with him and his team, and you get a taste of what those worlds are like. And also being in the entertainment industry, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that was my first time that my entertainment duties was crossing over with the politics. So I went to the RNC convention, I went to the DNC convention, and it was a really eye-opening experience, because you think these worlds don't play, but then when you cross over like I did and I went independent, then you start to see how the politicians work really well and close related with the pastors and the nonprofits, and they cozy up with some of the government agencies and the unions. And what we're trying to do here is bring in, as it's appropriate, just pieces that are bringing this puzzle just more whole and more complete. Of course, always question, we're not telling you anything here is full facts. We're just saying there's a lot here. There's a lot of smoke here, and we should be looking. But don't forget that some of this is a distraction, like Nino says all of the time. And then there are real world things that are happening in your local neighborhood, and we really need to be paying attention locally.
Right. And they always say, party like a rock star, party like a politician. This stuff's real, folks. This stuff gets dirty and it gets ugly and it gets dark. RosAngel, thank you so much. I'll put a link down for RosAngel Cafecito Break, correct?
Cafecito Break.
Give her a follow her podcast, folks. She's a great host, co-host. Awesome. RosAngel, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. And to everyone, thank you for tuning in, and thank you for all the new subscribers that have come over to show some support. We really appreciate it. God bless you. We love your platform, and we really do like the community that you have formed here, and we feel grateful to be a part of it. And I say we because Cafecito Break is not just me, it's a few of us. I'm just the representative on this platform. So thank you, Nino, for the opportunity. I really do enjoy doing these shows with you.
You got it. Till next time, folks. All right, RosAngel. Let's do it again.